In an era when human civilization is mired in existential crises like runaway technological advancement, ecological collapse, and geopolitical conflicts, Jiaqi, after more than 4 decades of dedicated intellectual exploration, has constructed a comprehensive academic framework centered on the ultimate goal of the holistic survival and universal well-being of humanity. Grounded in a realistic understanding of human nature, his thought system rests upon 3 core principles and follows a logical loop: awakening enlightenment, human unification, technology restriction, social reconstruction, survival continuity. This closed loop aims to resolve existential threats, while his vision of a peaceful, friendly, equitably prosperous, and non-competitive society provides a concrete blueprint for achieving universal happiness, and ultimately point toward a new order for humanity's future, offering both a clear intellectual compass and a practical roadmap for human civilization. A defining feature of Jiaqi's academic thought is its firm grounding in an objective understanding of human nature. He asserts that humans are secular species endowed with both rationality and emotion, neither gods nor immortals, and that while human behavior can be guided and regulated, human nature cannot be fundamentally altered. This recognition serves as the foundational premise of his entire theoretical edifice, informing all considerations regarding social institutions and developmental pathways. In his view, any decision concerning human survival and progress must respect the immutable laws of human nature. Based on this, he articulates 3 core principles that constitute the theoretical foundation of his system. The principle of maximum value, the principle of justice, and the principle of farsightedness mutually reinforce one another in a progressive hierarchy, forming the intellectual nucleus of Jiaqi's thought. These principles permeate all reflections on human survival and development, and provide fundamental criteria for resolving societal contradictions. The principle of maximum value serves as the central orientation, affirming that the ultimate pursuit of human civilization is survival and well-being. In his work Saving Humanity, Jiaqi argues that all human activities must be evaluated against this standard. Any short-term gain that violates this principle will eventually undermine the fundamental welfare. This principle establishes a clear hierarchy of interests. When individual or group interests conflict with the holistic survival and well-being of humanity, the latter must prevail without exception. The rallying slogan, "The holistic survival of humanity overrides all," originates from this conviction, offering a unifying consensus to resolve international disputes and reconcile group conflicts. The principle of justice serves as the guarantee for achieving maximum value, by demanding that social rules and actions transcend the narrow interests of individuals, ethnics, or nations, and instead pursue fairness and justice for all humankind. Jiaqi contends that phenomena such as wealth gaps, resource competition, and geopolitical conflicts stem fundamentally from a lack of justice. He advocates for non-discriminatory access to resources, rights, and technological benefits, ensuring every individual an equal right to survival and happiness. Only through a globally recognized order of justice can humanity forge consensus to confront shared existential challenges. The principle of farsightedness safeguards long-term development by requiring decision-makers to abandon short-termism and consider the intergenerational consequences of their actions. Jiaqi criticizes the prevailing mindset that prioritizes immediate gains over sustainable futures, particularly the reckless race among nations to dominate high-risk technologies like artificial intelligence and gene editing. Emphasizing that human civilization is a long-term endeavor, he insists that no generation should sacrifice the survival space of future ones. This principle underpins his urgent calls for restricting dangerous technologies and advancing human unification. Jiaqi's thought is explicitly action-oriented, targeting to foundational problems of humanity, holistic survival and universal well-being, while also addressing all the other derivative societal issues. In his value hierarchy, survival is the primary value, well-being is secondary. Most other societal problems, he argues, arise from the failure to adequately resolve these two core challenges. To this end, he proposes a closed-loop logic for sustainable survival and a blueprint for an ideal society, creating a complete practical system that links problem, solution, and goal. This framework not only tackles root causes, but also offers systemic strategies and practical framework for resolving derivative issues. Guided by the three core principles, Jiaqi identifies the uncontrolled advancement of high-risk technologies as the gravest threat to human existence. He constructed a coherent logical loop: awakening enlightenment, human unification, technology restriction, social reconstruction, survival continuity, offering an actionable framework toward humanity's perpetual survival. Jiaqi contends that the unregulated advancement of high-risk technologies constitutes the primary catalyst for human extinction, while frontier technologies, such as artificial intelligence, gene editing, and nanotechnology, offer significant conveniences. They simultaneously harbor catastrophic risks that could lead to humanity's loss of civilizational dominance, unintended species mutations, or ecological collapse. More seriously, compounding dangers caused by human greed and national competition trap countries in a prisoner's dilemma, with none willing to proactively restrain technological development. Who warns that this existential crisis could erupt within centuries? The key to breaking this deadlock lies in the great unification of humanity. Jiaqi argues that individual states, constrained by self-interest, cannot voluntarily curb high-risk scientific pursuits. Yet, modern transportation and communication technologies have already rendered the world a global village, making unification both feasible and timely. Only a unified global polity can transcend territorial divisions, coordinate resources, permanently seal off dangerous technologies, and universally disseminate safe, mature technologies to meet basic human needs. This closed loop does not deny the value of technology, but rather reorients technology to serve as a guardian of humanity, embodying the wisdom of preventing disaster before it occurs. Once survival is secured, guided by the three core principles, Jiaqi envisions an ideal society characterized as peaceful, friendly, equitably prosperous, and non-competitive society, serving as the ultimate form of universal well-being. This vision encompasses social order, interpersonal relations, distributive justice, and operational models, forming a comprehensive system for ensuring human welfare. Peace constitutes the foundational order of this society, who advocates eliminating competitive anxiety and conflict risks, resolving ethnic and religious divisions through a unified global regime. Military expenditures would be redirected to people's livelihood, reducing violence and establishing the stable conditions necessary for well-being. Friendliness defines interpersonal ethics. Through education and cultural integration, the global polity would cultivate a shared human identity, overcoming the tribal mentality of others are inherently hostile. This fosters mutual respect, inclusivity, and cooperation, dissolving antagonism and enriching emotional happiness. Equitable prosperity anchors the distributive system, applying the principle of justice. The global regime would dismantle geographical barriers and monopolies, enabling efficient allocation of global resources. With the abolition of nation-states, commercial barriers and trade conflicts vanish, freeing up redundant resources for universal redistribution. Coupled with the dissemination of safe technologies, this ensures material abundance for all, laying the foundation for material well-being. Non-competitiveness shapes the societal operating model. Jiaqi rejects competition as the engine of progress, arguing that excessive rivalry breeds restlessness and fragmentation. In an ideal society, the law of the jungle is abandoned. People no longer engage in survival struggles, but instead collaborate to pursue spiritual fulfillment and self-actualization, harmonizing individual aspirations with collective good and deepening inner contentment. Over 40 years, Jiaqi has built a profound and coherent intellectual system, rooted in human nature, supported by 3 core principles, operationalized through a survival-oriented closed loop, and culminating in a vision of an ideal society. Its value lies not only in its incisive diagnosis of humanity's crises, but also in its provision of theoretically sound and practically viable solutions. In a world increasingly beset by global risks, Jiaqi's thought offers a valuable enlightenment. The continuity and advancement of human civilization require unwavering commitment to the holistic survival of humanity overrides all. The pursuit of global justice and long-term foresight. Only by setting aside divisions, rejecting zero-sum thinking, and acting from the standpoint of shared human interest to advance unification and to prudently control technology, can humanity secure our enduring survival and universal well-being. The new order for humanity's future he envisions is not only a refined upgrade of existing civilization, but also the inevitable choice for the sustainable development of humanity.